Wind and rain pelt the 100th anniversary of the Shenandoah County Fair. The real storm brewing is on the front stretch of the horse track, where the biggest stallions in the racing world try to squeeze in one last win before the end of the summer. That was the countdown to the final Monster Invasion of 2017. This is the last time these four trucks will be on the track together this year. Taking a look at the track prep from earlier this afternoon. You see all the sawdust? Well, this was supposed to be an end of the summer event. It's cold, it's windy, it is raining. Not at all the weather that they expected here for this evening, but they are more than handling it, and we're getting ready for our second to last event here on Monster Power this year. When we come back, we're going to start the wheelie competition. We're going to update you on the points and all the stories coming into tonight. So stay with us. We'll be right back with the start of the action.
Upside down. Let him hear it, ladies and gentlemen.
You're riding on board with Matt Cody and the Iron Warrior as he makes his way to the pit area as we prep for the wheelie competition that will start off with Mike Vaters Sr. taking back over the reins of his Black Stallion Ford. You see him down there at the bottom of the ladder. That truck was being piloted by Cory Snyder, who tonight jumps into the seat of the higher education cool bus as Preston Perez is taking some time off to be with family. You see Overkill Evolution with an 11-point lead over Iron Warrior there at the top. We will see if Matt Cody has any chance to close that gap at this final event. But before we get to that, Mike Vaters, the owner of this team and father of the driver of the Overkill Evolution machine, will start off our wheelie competition. You remember what happened to him last year. See if it happens this year. Nice shot, a little bit off to the right. You can tell those cars are very slippery. You can see all the moisture on the tires shining under the light here on the front stretch of the Shenandoah Downs horse racing track. Because of the rain, we've taken a different vantage point this year on this side of the wall. See what he has for a second hit. Nicely done off to the left that time. It's going to be hard for them to keep straight as the tires are spinning as soon as they hit that wet metal. Here is another look at it. You hear the squeak of the power steering when he took that corner there to get back into the pits. First hit not bad, probably not as much air as he wanted, but not a bad start to the wheelie competition. The second hit was beautiful. He landed off to the left, making a statement to start off this wheelie competition. Up next is the guy who was piloting this truck earlier in the summer. We saw him in Fredericksburg, Virginia at the wheel of the Black Stallion. He's been in this chassis for the Monster Jam Arena Tour with a different body on it. Preston Perez, who had been driving the higher education monster bus, making quite a name for himself at the wheel of this machine. He's taking some time off. He's up at Spokane, Washington, visiting his family. So Cory jumps in the seat of the bus, and you can see again that water on top of those cars causing all kinds of problems. And the bus shuts down. All right, we're getting word from the pit area there may be a malfunction in the killer box from the other tour that he's running this chassis on, they have to swap out killer boxes, and the proprietary hardware may be clashing with the setup that they already have on that truck. If I'm understanding that properly. He gets refired, and I'm sure we're going to get a second hit out of it. See what he's got. He's going to line it up here now. In the last couple of weeks, he's been driving on all dirt courses. And with these cars being as wet as they are, you're going to hit them just a little bit differently. Gets the front end up nice and high. He's over to the right, big trouble. Couldn't drive it out. Cory Snyder down on the right-hand side, and that is not a body that you want to crunch up. Roger Moore and Michael Murray running over to check on Cory. Get the kill switch in the back. Well, we're going to get another look at that one. Not a hard rollover. It's very interesting that he was in, at the beginning of this summer, the truck that rolled here last year in the opposite lane. Now, it doesn't look like he was running a locker in the front end. Had he had it, he may have been able to drive out of it, but there is a light standard right in front of that truck, so he didn't have much room left to play with. May have been his best option to just let it roll out instead of damaging property. Well, we get this cleaned up, though. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. Welcome back to Shenandoah Downs, Woodstock, Virginia, continuing with our wheelie competition. This is Matt Cody, 2015 Arena Wheelie of the Year award recipient. We say it every time we see him, but this guy can stand a truck up with the best of them. We'll see what he has tonight. He needs to do as well as possible right here to try to unseat Mikey from that points lead. Trey Myers getting the crowd pumped up. Let's see what Matt has. Beautiful hit off to the right-hand side. Locking it up before he gets into those freestyle obstacles. And they've done a lot of work to these Vaters Motorsports chassis. The three main Vaters trucks you see here. Iron Warrior, Black Stallion, and the Cool Bus. Of course, the Cool Bus and Iron Warrior now fitted with Clark planetaries. They were normally running Pettibones in those trucks. Get them ready for their big arena tour. But the Clark's he's really lining up this hit. And right there you can see what a hazard that moisture is. Just on a test bump there, he drifted off to the left. Let's see what he does on his second hit. Strobe lights going. Straight up and down. Matt Cody. Perfect. Perfect run in the wheelie competition. This is going to be a tough one for Mikey to get past. And you see the hard landing on the rear end. You see the bed side starting to come off. The truck bounced over to the right-hand side. And then this beautiful hit on the far lane and off to the left right there. But he got the truck straightened out on the landing. We thought he might go over. He was able to keep it upright. Final competitor about to make his way out. You see the lane light glowing in the dark. The LEDs underneath. Mike Vaters II out of Williamsport, Maryland, driving Marty Garza's incredible Overkill Evolution. going for his normal car clearing antics up on the right-hand side of the truck. Even he has some trouble with the lanes. I don't know what to go into the wall. Ran out of room right there. I don't think the dirt or the sawdust in the lanes is going away, but the cars are definitely a problem when they're hitting them. Normally the painted metal is slick enough. When you throw beaded water on top of that, the trucks have a tendency to kick off to the left and right. Now we're waiting to see who won the wheelie competition here in Woodstock, Virginia. Sounded to me like this one. And Matt will indeed take the wheelie competition victory, but only slightly narrow that gap between himself and Mike Vaters in Overkill Evolution. Racing is up next, though. He may be able to take him down there. We will see what happens. When we get to that, we are going to take a quick break. Be right back. More of the chase here at Vaters Motorsports Monster Invasion from Shenandoah Downs in Woodstock, Virginia. It's gonna hurt. Continuing with the final Monster Invasion of 2017, Mike Vaters II in Overkill Evolution is just about to wrap up this series. All he has to do to take the series victory is win this round right here, but he's got to do it against his father. Both trucks with strong starts, but Mikey is definitely out in front right now as he rounds the first corner. Perfect turn over the front side. His father about 4 truck lengths back, way behind pretty much the whole straightaway now. Around his final corner, he locks it up. Mikey heads for the final jump and will claim it right there, at least mathematically. He's just taking the Summer Series win. We'll see how that gap shrinks or grows before the night is up, but it's insurmountable for anybody behind him right now. Too much of a gap there for Matt Cody to get anywhere near him, but the same thing is true for Matt. He will take a runner-up position just like he did in 2016 on this little tour. Since we've started keeping track of it, there you see the start for both trucks. Strong start out of both, but Mikey had a defined advantage as he rounded the first corner perfectly. He was able to keep the truck out of the wall. That was one of the big concerns here. They do not want these trucks rolling over to the front stretch, as they've just resurfaced this track. Very convincing victory for Mikey. Hopefully he can carry that momentum into the final round, but he may have to rematch his father, who's on the line right now to face Matt Cody in the Iron Warrior, and they're already off. And Mike Vaters Sr. has just locked up on the first set of cars. Well, Matt is up against the wall over here. He's going to have to back up and get it turned around. Here goes Mike, finally up over the first set of cars. Matt Cody's struggling with this track as well. Mike Vaters Sr. now making his second hit. In a battle of errors, though, it'll be Matt Cody going to the final round. Now he's going to see if he can knock out Mikey. Matt took the wheelie competition and the freestyle competition here last year. Now you're on board with him as he returns to the starting line to take on Mike Vaters II at Overkill Evolution. He's got to be the favorite to win here. This is his first time on this track, but it's a totally different track than last year. You see the Overkill Evolution machine there. That's the truck Matt Cody was in here last year. Brooke Rule fielded the Iron Warrior machine. Championship round here between Cody and Vaters II. We've seen this story before, and Cody actually got off the line quicker. Into the first turn, Overkill Evolution with a definite advantage. A lot more tread on those tires, and I think it's helping him. A little bobble in that turn, but he's far enough ahead right now. I don't think it's going to matter. Matt Cody having some problems here in his final corner. He's going to get that truck straightened back out, and he'll head to the final jump. He'll take a well-deserved second place. Not a perfect night for him, but it's not been a perfect night for anybody. Mikey got into the wall during the wheelie competition, and Matt was able to get that from him, made the beginning of racing a little bit more interesting. But Matt will take a well-deserved runner-up spot in both this night of racing and in the overall series points. Here you see now a 10-point lead. We'll call it a lead right now because we're not officially giving the series away, as there are a few more points to earn. Freestyle is coming up. We'll see how these guys do there. So stay with us here on Monster Power. Welcome back to Shenandoah Downs as we get ready for Monster Truck Freestyle. Here you see Matt Cody rolling out on the bus, already made his attempt at a run. Electrical problems continuing for that vehicle. In fact, he made several hits, but the truck shut off after almost every hit. And Matt Cody is coming out strong. Iron Warrior. And immediately the truck starts to sound a little bit different. Hitting it hard, but you can hear the engine note change. It sounds like he's running. He might be stuck in second gear. Another big hit on the racing lane. He's flooring it, it's just not getting him going. The top end speed will be there, so if he can take a running charge in some of these cars. He's making the most out of it, though. He's doing exactly that. There is an evident transmission problem with this truck as the steam and smoke starts to rise off the hot engine and transmission. Now he's up against the wall here on the front stretch. Wanted to come back and reclaim his victory here from last year, even though he did it in the Overkill Evolution machine. He would love to have taken it down again. And Woodstock, nicely there. I thought he was pulling off the track. He's going for another hit. And it looks like he's going to bring it to a stop right there. Matt Cody in the Iron Warrior. Laying down a good run. Not the run I think he was hoping for. Having a transmission problem with that truck. That's some nice air, though, on these last few hits. Really good wheelies all the way through. Plenty of highlights in that run. As we get ready to bring up our next truck, that'll be Mike Vaters Sr. in Black Stallion. The safety clean Black Stallion Mike out of Hagerstown, Maryland. You can hear that squeak. I think he runs those power steering belts a little bit loose. Let's see what he's got. Pressing the stack back together. That's the way to do it too. They didn't even take the time to bring the forklift back out. Just brake check the cars a little bit, knock them back in place. Something from the old Thunder Nationals days. Mike, of course, a former champion on that series from yesteryear, we'll call it. Mike probably doesn't like that. See what he's got. First hit on that very stack. Just rolling it, feeling it out. Goes right to the other van stack. This truck has a tendency to dig in on these corners. Some nice hang time right there. Heading back down to the far end of the track. Taking a running shot at the cars, getting that front end down by tapping the brakes and then a little burp of the throttle as the front wheels impact the cars. It shoots the truck up nice and high, but it also puts the front end a little bit higher than the back end. Gives you a really cool shot, especially against this night sky. And there he does it again. He just lost the sponsor panel off of the underside of the chassis there. Hard bounce over that van stack. Down behind the Freestyle moto ramps, can't really see him. Coming back at the van stack with some speed this time. Beautiful leap from Mike Vaters Sr. in the safety clean black Stallion. And looks like he's going to end it up right there. It was a good run, a solid run. I don't think it's going to take over what Matt Cody did, but he gave it his all. Nothing to be ashamed of there as we get ready for our final competitor and final run of the night. His last run on this tour for 2017. Mike Vaters II in Overkill Evolution. We're going to see if he can take the Freestyle victory and keep the Overkill Evolution truck on top of the Woodstock event for Freestyles. Remember, though, it was Matt Cody who drove this truck here last year, so we'll see what Mikey can do on this track. Has to be in the back of the mind, though, that he got into the wall a little bit earlier. Got into it at speed. He's throwing this truck around nicely. Huge leap out of the Overkill Evolution machine, and another one. A little bit more abrupt landing. Almost gets into our camera there on the wall. He's had some great air shots here. It's probably the most air they've ever seen here in Woodstock, and a nice hit there. Just going back and forth between the van stacks, back down track, get a little off the racing lane. Keeping it moving though. Again. Not afraid of the limited space as he really throws the truck in the air. Something just came out from underneath of it. Don't know if he lost a drive shaft or maybe a rear brake rotor or something. You see that pop underneath. Hard hit on the left-hand side of this truck. Throwing that sawdust up into our camera lens. Thought he might go for one more on that stack, but he brings it to a stop right here in front of the crowd, though. That is definitely, you can hear from the crowd applause, going to take the Freestyle victory. Mikey Vaters taking racing and freestyle here. He wasn't able to sweep it, but he didn't need to, and he's back to an 11-point lead. An 11-point win, I should say, to finish out this series. We want to send a big thank you to Vaters Motorsports for all they've done for us in 2017. We hope to see them again next year. And we want to thank you guys for tuning in. One more event to go. We will catch up with Mikey and Matt Cody again in Durham, Connecticut. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Monster Power. We'll see you down the road.